opinion letter that I received Monday morning. And it's her opinion that the 1927 Private Act that we have discussed previously prevails over the general law, and that act is effective with respect to this vote. If that be the case, then to approve this ordinance, it would require a 4/5 majority vote. A supermajority.
Is that clear to council? It will take a supermajority, which is 4 votes in this case, to pass this ordinance 3453.
That's what we're voting on now, Rick.
That's correct.
That's exactly what we're voting on. Is there any discussion about that?
Yes, it's not to approve the ordinance, but to approve it under those conditions. Is that correct?
A yes vote approves the ordinance. A no vote disapproves or rejects its passage.
Takes four
Takes 4 votes.
yes votes to approve it.
All right. The motion on the floor is to approve public hearing of the ordinance number 3453. Is there any further questions by council?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Okay.
So
What
we're
this-
not voting on what we're voting on a while ago, we're voting here, it's gonna take 4 votes, not 3, right?
That's correct. What the city attorney is saying,
What happened to the vote, though, to give them 2 more weeks?
Do you have an opportunity to make another motion, or I mean, you've got a motion on the floor, bang, bang, back to back, can another motion be made?
you can ask for a friendly amendment, but as far as making another motion, no, Mr. Musgrove.
Well, I mean, I'd like to have it amended to where the first thing was to lead out to 2 words that she had in there that said there was a deadline on it. You know, I just want to be fair to all parties.
That would be up to the council member to make a motion.
That's all I want to be fair. I don't know. You go from wanting to extend it under those stipulations to approving it, so that sort of tells you that something ain't straight up on it.
Only the motion makes
Mrs. Senator, do you allow me to make a motion that we amend, that we postpone this until the next meeting period? Okay.
Why not? Can I ask that?
No,
Just no.
we've talked about this for a long time.
Well, I agree with that. If you dig up something from 1927, I don't think 2 more weeks is going to hurt it.
I think he's
All right, at this point, is there any further discussion?
I'm still stuck on the first stuff.
Mayor, I think we need to address the motion at hand.
You can call for the question.
Call for the question.
Call for the question, vote on call for the question. All those in favor of call for the question, rather than taking it onto the board, let's do a roll call vote, please. Just call for the question. Yes means yes, simply that we want to go ahead and vote. No would mean that we want to go ahead and continue discussion. Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Brooks?
No.
Councilmember Garrett?
Yes.
Councilmember Bivens?
No.
Councilmember LaBelle?
Yes.
Councilmember Center?
Yes.
Mayor Thomas?
No.
That requires a 2/3 vote to get it.
So we do not have a call. So we are back to where we were. Is there any more discussion?
Yeah, like I said here, I'm still on that first row.
Well,
I'm still confused on that, you know, on the domestic
That's really not relevant to the
I've never said, you know what, today, you know what I've done today? I wore my Mickey Mouse socks. You know that? See my Mickey Mouse socks here? It's like a Mickey Mouse club up here, okay?
This is what we'll do, Councilman. At this point, if there's no further discussion, I think we need to take the vote. Is there no further
Well,
discussion?
if these people that's against this shopping center thing, or whatever, wanted 2 more weeks, I'd give them 2 more weeks, you know?
I do believe at one time, I understand they did request additional time from the planning commission, and it was denied.
We're not the planning commission, Ms. Center.
That's right.
We're
And it's
supposed
not
to
Mickey
be
Mouse, it's
working
Robert's
for the
rules.
citizens, you know?
It's Robert's rules.
I think you're wrong.
Well, we must conduct the meeting by Robert's rules. All right, are there any further questions by council? Hearing none, please enter your vote.
What are we voting on?
Yeah, well, if you want to zone it, you would vote yes. If you do not want to zone it, you would vote no. All right, we have 2 yeses, 1 abstention, and 3 no's. Now, going by the 1927, what was the date of that? Like,
The act was passed in 1927.
all right,
That's why I asked.
we have 2 yeses, we have an
I'm on the
abstention.
wrong side of that. I
That's,
didn't vote.
Chris, that's why I asked the mayor to explain that again.
Well, I thought you said, I voted the wrong way right there. It's not the way I do.
The vote may be changed to yes. So we have 3 yeses, 2 no's, but
There's a
going by the 1927 act.
2 yeses.
I think if there's a question on the electronic system, you have to do a roll call, but we just have to.
All right, well, we'll do a roll call vote. Now, just let me make it clear. If you vote yes for this, you're saying that you want this rezoning to carry through. If you voted no, you do not want it to carry through. Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Brooks.
Yes.
Councilmember Garrett.
No.
Councilmember Vivens.
Yes.
Councilmember LaBelle.
Abstain.
Councilmember Center.
No.
Mayor Thomas.
Yes. Motion fails based on the 1927.
So we can't talk about this anymore.
It's done. All right, next item comes before council. Be under new business.
Not yet.
Yes, you have.
You know
Takes
why?
4 votes.
Resolution 23-12. City
It's
Administrator.
gonna be a lawsuit.
Oh, against it? No, right? I don't see what lady has to stand on that.
I don't know. Where do you live?
I live here in downtown.
Yeah. How are you glad? I live in
Because I
Columbus
think
Day.
Where the city's contract for operation of the wastewater treatment plant, I've been in negotiations.
There's all kinds of
We
yeah.
don't need another.
Contract.
That's where they were
We
going.
started with clean sheet of paper, it's taking a little longer than we anticipated.
Happy
Thank
for
you
For
for
the 60-day
supporting
extension
us.
contract as it stands with the current budget. I hope to be able to bring you a revised contract earlier than that 60 days, but that'll give us a match when the contract is all. I'd ask for your approval of this extended contract while we have that process all going.
Any questions, Administrator?
This is just till we get.
Any other questions? Do we have a motion?
Make a motion.
We have a motion, do we have a second? We have a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, please vote. 6 yeas, no nays, motion carries. Next item comes before council will be the introduction of first reading of ordinances. Ordinance number
3454.
Ordinance number 3454 is an ordinance to annex certain territory we will let Melissa or City Administrator.
This is the annexation request by Arrowhead Church. Arrowhead Church has purchased 2 lots along 160 at the corner of Merchants Green and Maple Valley Road. They are planning to construct a new church facility on the site and have requested annexation in order to obtain electrical power service from the Marshtown utility system, which they believe will create a savings for them temporarily and in the long term for the site of that church. The plan of services that you have in front of you states that the responsible party for a fire hydrant at the church during construction will be the church, and they have agreed to that. It doesn't provide sanitary sewer to this site. We've discussed this with the church. It would be quite an expense to extend sanitary sewer from the existing location all the way down to the location of the proposed church and not provide with additional customers, so the sanitary sewer system would be a complete loss if we extended that sewer. The church at this time is not looking for sanitary sewer and has no desire for sanitary sewer. So in the plan of services that you have in front of you, it states that the city will not bring sanitary sewer to the annexation area, that it will be, if any sanitary sewer is provided, that it will be the church's responsibility to provide that for themselves. We are recommending a zone of A1 agricultural zoning, particularly because it is such a large property that the church is purchasing. We wouldn't want to include a commercial zone, which would maybe encourage commercial development along there, because we know that we can't provide sanitary sewer to that area at this time. Basically, the feasibility of it is there's no tax revenue because it is a religious institution. There will be a $900 in stormwater utility fees annually and a one-time $7,600 fee for the building permit fee. Planning Commission did recommend the annexation of this property.
Are there any questions of Melissa? Hearing none, Chair will entertain a motion. And we have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Please enter your votes. Six yeas, no nays, motion carries for set public hearing October 2nd, 2012. Next item comes before council will be ordinance number
3455.
This is a request by Ms. Linda Ramsey to rezone property that she owns adjacent to the National Fitness Center on Walters Drive. She owns a one lot on Walters Drive, and during the Madison Gill rezoning, she came and requested that her property be rezoned too. At that time, staff informed her that she would have to provide a concept plan and go separately forward with her rezoning. The concept plan would require that she meet the landscaping and parking requirements and show that she could on that particular site prior to rezoning it to intermediate business. Ms. Ramsey did provide us with that drawing, that site plan, and is requesting to be zoned to intermediate business in order to market the property as commercial property. She does not yet have a client moving in or someone that is purchasing the property. It is speculative at this point. However, the Morristown Regional Planning Commission did recommend approval of this rezoning based on the concept plan that she provided that showed it could be used as commercial property.
Any questions of Melissa? Hearing none, we have a motion.
Move to adopt ordinance 3455.
We have a motion, we have a second. We have a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, please enter your vote. 6 yeas, no nays. Motion carries. Set public hearing for October 2nd, 2012. Next item come before council will be awarding of bids and contracts, item 9C. City Administrator or Police Chief. What's this?
I'll start. You have before you a recommendation for award of bids to the Secret City Chrysler Dodge Jeep for 7 Dodge Chargers. These will be used as police patrol vehicles. The bid amount is $156,051. It is included in your budget. We recommend approval.
Any questions, City Administrator or Police Chief? Hearing none, Chair will entertain a motion to award the bids City Chrysler Dodge Jeep for 7 Dodge Chargers at a cost of $22,114. And $179 for protection on side and rear windows for a total of $156,051. Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, please enter your vote. 6 yeas, no nays. Contract has been awarded to Secret City Chrysler Dodge. Anybody know where that is? Secret. Next item come before council will be item number 2. It's award bids to the following vendors for police fire uniforms. City administrator.
We've taken bids for the public safety uniforms and recommend approval to the following awards. BKT uniforms, screen designs, and galls is outlined in your agenda packet. It is within budget. It is recommendation for approval.
Any questions of city administrator? Hearing none, do we have a motion? We have a motion, do we have a second? We have a second. Is there any discussion by council? Hearing none, please enter your vote. 6 yeas, no nays. Okay. Next item comes before council will be to award bid to CMI Equipment Sales for 408 90-gallon curbside semi-automated roll-out cars. Boy, that's a fancy way of saying garbage. City administrator carries on.
This bid is recommended for award. It is the lowest responsive bidder, and it is within budget.
Any questions, city administrator?
How long do those things last?
Different folks have different lifespan. About 10 years is a good line. If I even know better, but is that about fair for a garbage can?
Yeah, that's about fair. We've had several go longer than that, but 10 years is a good.
You order these standard with the hose in the bottom of it?
That's right. That gives them ventilation.
The way mine works, I didn't know.
Any other questions, city administrator? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Move for adoption.
Have a motion, do we have a second? We have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please enter your vote. 6 yeas, no nays. Bid has been awarded to CMI Equipment Sales Incorporated. Next item come before council will be item number 4. This will be for municipal equipment firefighters. Did you want to take this?
This is a garbage truck. We've got garbage cans a minute ago. Now we're doing garbage truck. The recommendation for this bid is not to the low bidder. It is to the lowest bidder that has the chassis we currently have. That's based on reliability records and compatibility with the parts we have on stock. The difference in price is minimal, and based on that, we recommend award of the bid to the Municipal Equipment Incorporated for the truck as outlined in your agenda.
Are there any questions for city administrator? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Yes.
We have a motion, do we have a second? We have a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, please enter your vote. 6 yeas, no nays. It is awarded to Municipal Equipment Incorporated. Next item will be approved telecommunications all participation agreement.
This contract provides for the audit of telecom providers, making sure they're paying the appropriate amount of fees and taxes to the city. The agreement provides that the auditor will collect fees as due to the city and take a portion for the services. If they find that there are no unpaid taxes, they do not get paid. So they take a commission bid. This is a recommendation from the Finance Committee or Finance Department, and we'd recommend approval as presented.
Any questions of the city administrator?
How many, interviews do you think or evaluations will they need to make?
Larry, you kind of worked through this contract. The providers for telecom providers is fairly numerous.
Well, let me, I'll just add something what Mr. Cox said. The audit is, for our benefit, it is to, those folks will come in and take our phone bills, and look and see if we're paying the appropriate tariffs, appropriate line charges. Right now, the county is involved with them and they're going through their information. So this is, as time goes on, many phone lines and phones that we have here in the city spread out across citywide, you can lose track. And I've been through these type of audits before, and there's usually something there that they will find that we have missed. So, and then dealing with phone bills when you're dealing with federal law is complicated anyway. This is really for those folks to take a look at our phone bills, make sure we're in the proper classification, proper tariff, and that what we're paying for is what we're receiving. So it's not really an audit on other folks, it's an audit for us. And as Tony said, that if they find nothing, then we pay nothing. But if they do find something, then we will split the proceeds. So it's a win-win either way.
It could result in a savings for the city.
Oh, yes, yes. And I think that's one of my past experience.
This includes your cell phones also?
No, cell phones a little bit different, although they could be looked at, but for whatever reason, the way the FCC has the federal tariffs, I mean, it depends on the type of phone line, and you can be, and they're all, and you're dependent on the person on the other end of the phone, make sure they check the right box, and they can check the wrong box, and you can be not paying the appropriate amount. So complicated issue that deal that people who have knowledge of it, that's what they do for a living. So.
Any other questions of Larry? If there are no more questions, this time Chair will entertain a motion to approve telecommunications audit. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second? We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, please enter your vote. Six yeas, no nays. Motion carries. Next item will be to approve Tennessee Department of Transportation Aeronautics Division grant. Buddy or?
I'll start and then I'll pass off to Buddy. First off, in your agenda, there's originally a typo, this is $650,000. We've not get much runway improvement for $65,000. So this is, but this contract is with TDOT to make improvements to the airport. We have with us this evening Mr. Jeff Pike, who represents the design firm Michael Baker. When we formally approved the contract initially or awarded their firm, they were known as the LPA group that had some reorganization among the firm. But Jeff, please stand so the council can see. Mr. Pike will be working with us in the design and implementation of this program. But the contract with TDOT for improvements at the airport, Mr. Fielder and Mr. Pike are much more qualified to answer questions you have about the program, but we recommend approval of the contract as presented.
Any questions of the city administrator? Hearing none, Chair will entertain a motion. Do we have a motion? We have a motion. We have a second. We have a second. Any further discussion by council? Hearing none, please enter the vote. 6 yeas, no nays, motion carries. Next item come for council will be board commission appointments. And, this will be for city council appointment of the city judge for a 4-year term. Memorial Mary M. Helms' term, which expires on September the 15th. This time, nominations will be in order for the office of city judge for a 4-year term. Do we have any nominations?
I'd like to nominate Matt Sexton.
Mayor, I'd like to nominate Mary Helms.
All right, we have a nomination. That section has been nominated by for city judge, and Mary Helms has been nominated for city judge. We will vote on these, if it's okay by council, in the order that they were made. Are there any further nominations? If there are no objections, we will now take a roll call vote for each nominee. First nominee to be nominated was Matt Sexton. As many as are in favor of Matt Sexton for the office of city judge say aye. As many as are opposed say no, and we will do a roll call vote.
Councilmember Brooks?
Aye.
Councilmember Garrett?
Aye.
Councilmember Vivens?
Aye.
Councilmember Lavelle?
Aye.
Councilmember Center?
No.
Mayor Thomas?
Aye. There is no need for a vote. Congratulations to Matt Sexton, you are now the city judge. Next item comes for council will be city council's consideration of 7 reserve police officers. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. It's actually, it'll be 6. We had 7 names to present. One of the gentlemen called us a couple of days ago and indicated that he no longer be able to pursue that position. So you should have a memorandum in front of you listing the 6 names that we recommend based upon mine and my staff recommendation. That would be Hall Brown, Dwayne Cole, Jerry Dillard, Donald Ellison, Jordan Hudson, and Johnny Johnny.
All right, are there any questions of the chief for consideration of the 7 reserve police officers?
Chief, I had a couple people ask me about like insurance and benefits for these people. Can you explain that, please?
Yes, sir, I can. There's no benefits. They are like part-time employee. They will only be paid if they're actually activated for duties such as special events or natural disasters. They receive basic entry-level pay to city ordinance. This is the people who were volunteering as EMA deputies through some issues that occurred at the county. They were no longer able to work as under the guidelines of the sheriff's department. So we have moved these folks under a municipal police agency so that we can continue to use them. They work several hours a year for us, each of these individuals do. And the insurance on a full-time police officer under the municipal league is $1,200 a year per officer. But these officers will be $200 per year, and the county has agreed to share into that cost for their insurance each year. So our cost will be, I think it's $218 or so, it's about $109 a year.
Chief, this will also help you with your overtime, won't it?
Yes, what we'll do in lieu of calling officers in on overtime, we would actually use these individuals to do, basically train under state guidelines and then also the guidelines of municipal ordinance. So these individuals will be able to come out and be able to relieve an officer, say,